Hello everyone. Welcome to this editor webinar. Thank you for joining us. I'm Navneethan and I'm part of the learning and content management team. I'll be hosting the session today and joining me are my colleagues Kim and Nikita. If you have a question at any time, please use the Q&A option to send your questions directly to us. We'll try to answer as many as possible today directly in the Q&A field. Please note that we cannot answer any journal-specific questions. For the best view, you may wish to drag the central bar on your screen to the right to enlarge this screen that I am sharing. Our topic today is editor training on Editorial Manager, and I hope that in the next 60 minutes or so, we can enhance your understanding of this topic. Let's take a look at our agenda for today. Today, we will cover the key functionalities of our editorial system. We'll start with how to register and log in as an editor. Next, we'll explore the main menu layout and the to-do list, which helps you manage your tasks efficiently. Then we'll walk through the process of handling new submissions from initial review to assigning reviewers. We'll then discuss how to manage the review process. After that, we'll cover how to submit editorial decisions. We'll also look at various reporting tools and administrative functions that help streamline the editorial management. Finally, we will highlight the editor guide and available training resources to support you throughout your editor journey. Now, let's get into the Editorial Manager test site. I'll be using our training site with dummy users and submissions. While this test site closely resembles to the live environment, it may look a bit different from your profile due to the varying rights and permissions across different journals. I'll now move to the Editorial Manager site. Tim, can you confirm if the screen is clear?
Yes, we can see your screen. Thank you.
Thanks a lot for the confirmation. Okay. This is the login page of the editors. So if you want to get registered to a journal, you can just click the register now link. If you have already registered and you do not remember your username details or password details, you can just click the send login details link. If you provide the email address which you registered for the journal, the system will find the matching email address and will email you the username details and the link to reset your password. So I'll now log in as an editor. We have now logged in and this is the editor main menu. This is how it would look. So first thing I would like to highlight is in the top right corner, you will be able to see your name being displayed. And there is a drop-down option. If you just click this option, you will be able to access the update my information link. Say for instance, if there is a change in your email address or change in your institutional details, it is not required to create a separate account for this. So you can just update your details using the update my information link. This will help in eradicating duplicate accounts within the journal. Okay. And now we will just have a look at the editor to-do list. I will just let you know how the submission will travel through the editorial processes. So, okay, when a new submission is assigned to an editor, the submission will be reaching the new assignments folder. So you will be able to access the submissions from the new assignments folder, which has been assigned to you. So once you have read the manuscript and you decide to proceed with the review process by inviting reviewers, then the paper will move to the reviewer invited no response folder. Once when the invited reviewers has accepted your review invitation, then the paper will move to the submissions under review folder. The reviewers whom you invited has submitted their review reports, then the paper will move to submissions with required reviews complete folder. In few instances, if one reviewer has accepted and submitted the review report and the other reviewer, invited reviewer, has declined to review, then the paper will move to submissions requiring additional reviewers folder. And in another instance where you have invited couple of reviewers, one reviewer has submitted the review report within the due date, and the other reviewer is yet to submit his review report and the due date has passed, then the paper will move to submissions with one or more late reviews folder. So before each folder, you will be able to see some color codes. These are some signposts for the editors. Say, for instance, green represents that the papers within this folder are on track and is as per schedule. And yellow or amber represents that the due date is going to be nearing for the submissions within this folder. Red represents that the submission due date has passed and this needs immediate attention. These are the signposts which are designed for the editors to efficiently handle the editorial process. So now let's get into the new assignments folder and see how editors can handle a submission. I'm just going to click the new assignments folder. So before, I would like to let you know about the features which are available for editors under the action menu. I would like to tell some of the useful options to have the control of the table which you view here. So if you go to the right corner, you will be able to see a gear icon. If you just click this, you can just customize the table view which you view here. You can just remove the tables which you prefer is not useful to you. You just need to uncheck the options so that the tables which you prefer is not value added will be removed from this table. So if you want to have a table fixed and should not be reordered, then you can just select the column which you would like to fix here. This will be very useful. Say, for instance, editors will have the option to rearrange the columns which you see here. So you will be able to rearrange the columns here like this. If you just drag and drop a column, you will be able to rearrange as per your preference. So in the gear icon, if you do not want to rearrange the columns and you want to have few columns fixed, then you can just fix these columns. So you can control the table view from the option provided here. Now let's see what are the options available under the action menu. The first one in the list is view submissions. So if you want to view the PDF of the submitted article, you can just click the view submission link so that the PDF will get downloaded and you will be able to access the article which is being submitted. And the next important link for the editors is similarity check results. This similarity check results is derived with the help of an authenticate tool, which will compare the submitted article along with the published article across publications, and it will provide you the plagiarism report. So you can just check this report and decide if you would like to proceed with the editorial process. So the complete plagiarism report will be available if you just click the similarity check results. The duplicate submission check is helpful in identifying if there is a duplicate entry provided by the author. Sometimes authors tend to submit twice by mistake, or in some instance, there might be a resubmission from authors whose paper was previously rejected. On those scenarios, the score will be high so that you can just go and check to understand the duplication submission check. The next important link is details link. I'll just click this link. Okay, this is the details link, and this is a very useful link for the editors. From the details link, you will be able to get the complete information of the manuscript. Like, you will be able to know the author details, the email address, the institution, their institution details, and you will also be able to see an email icon. If you want to contact the author, you can directly click the email icon. And other details like abstract, keywords, the classifications which are selected by the author, everything is being displayed. And just in case if there is any manuscript notes provided by the author, it will be displayed here. And you can also add any notes which you prefer in the manuscript notes section. And if an author has opted for an editor to handle the paper, the details will be available here. If in case this paper was transferred from the another journal, the details will be available under the transfer information. So the complete details of the manuscript which is being submitted can be accessed by clicking the details link. I'll now get back to the action menu. Okay. The next important link is initiate discussion. So this initiate discussion will be helpful if editors want to have a discussion with peer editors to just check about the topic of the manuscript. You want to have a discussion regarding the submitted manuscript with peer editor, then you can just use the initiate discussion link. You will be asked to choose the editor with whom you would like to have a discussion, and you can just provide a topic name and proceed with the discussion. The next important link is the history link. In the history link, you will be able to access the complete history of the manuscript, like when this manuscript was submitted, when it was assigned to an editor, when the paper, when the reviewers was invited for this submission, and the correspondence history is also recorded in the history link. You just click the history link, you will be able to access the letters which is being sent from the editorial manager system. Like if you're sending an invite to and reviewer, the email will be recorded here, and vice versa, whatever action email which is being sent from editorial manager, everything will be recorded in the history section. Using the file inventory link, you will be able to download the individual files which has been uploaded by the author. And based on your privileges, you will also have the option to edit the submission. So the next important link which I would like to highlight here is invite reviewers link. Using the invite reviewers link, you will be able to invite reviewers for the manuscript. We will now see the reviewer invitation process deeply in a short while. And the other important link for editors is submit editor division and comments. So by clicking this link, you will be able to submit the division for a manuscript. Just in case you want to do some ad hoc communication to an author, editor, you can just click the send email link so that you'll be able to see the ad hoc emails being listed, and you can just proceed by selecting to whom you would like to contact. Let's say, for instance, if you want to contact an author with an ad hoc email or an reviewer, you can just click the send email link to do this. Now I will just show you how we can proceed with the reviewer invitation process. So to invite reviewers, we need to click the invite reviewers link. Okay. This is the reviewer selection summary page. If you come to the left corner, you will be able to see a column called invite reviewers menu. Here you can just control your reviewer settings. If you just click the edit option, you can just choose the number of reviewers whom you prefer to handle this manuscript. By default, journals will have 2 reviewers to complete the review process. You can just change the number here. If you just prefer 1 reviewer to complete the review process, you can just change the number as 1. And if you want to have like additional reviewers, like 3 reviewers to complete the review process, you can change the number here. You can just control the number of reviewers to complete the review process by changing the numbers here. But please take note that the changes which you make here is to the specific paper which you are handling. So this will not global. This is specific to the paper which you are handling right now. So here, if you could see the uninvite reviewers who do not respond after value is set as 15. This means that you have invited a reviewer and they have not responded to the review invitation which you have sent. So the system will see for 15 days. If the reviewer does not respond even after the 15th day, the system will uninvite the review invitation. If you want to change the value here, you can just change the value here. Just in case you prefer not to uninvite and invited reviewer, then you can change the value as 0 here so that the review invitation does not expire. And the next one is unassigned reviewers who do not complete reviews after. This value is set as 0 here. This means that you have invited a reviewer and the reviewer has accepted your review invitation and agreed to review. So if you prefer not to uninvite an agreed reviewer, then the value should be set as 0. And if you prefer to have some value here, like if you do not want to wait for 30 days or more for an agreed reviewer to submit a paper, you can just change the value. So these are the default reviewer settings, and you can just modify the reviewer setting based on your preferences. And from here, you will also have the access to manuscript details link and the history link. All the useful links are available under the invite reviewer menu. Now we will see what are the different options which are available for the editors to invite reviewers. The most commonly used option is my publication. You'll be able to see an I button here, I icon here. If you just if you just hover over this icon, you will be able to see the notifications related to each options which is available here. So the most commonly used one is my publications, where you will be inviting reviewers using the reviewer database which is being registered with the journal. So here you will be able to see that using the criteria option, you will be able to choose reviewers based on their last name, first name, email address, city, state, etc. So you can choose different criteria to invite reviewers. So I'll just show you how to invite reviewers. So I'm just going to select the criteria as last name here, and I'm just going to enter the value. I'm going to hit the search button. So if you see, I have just searched the reviewers based on their last name, and I'm able to see the reviewers based on their last name. If you could see that there are different columns available here in the reviewer candidates table. Say, if you want to invite a reviewer, you can just hit this column. If you want to choose an reviewer as an alternate reviewer, then you can just check this box. If you want to have a proposed reviewer, then you can just check this box. I'll just explain in detail about the alternate reviewer and the proposed reviewer shortly. Before that, we will just see how you can access the reviewer table. In the reviewer table, you will be able to see the reviewer name being hyperlinked. Also, you will be able to see their statistics here. Say, for example, for this reviewer, you can just understand how many reviews they have in progress, how many reviews they have completed in the past, what was the last agreed date. The complete statistics of the reviewer will be available in this column. Also, the invitation statistics will be available here. If you just click the reviewer link here, reviewer name link here, you'll be able to understand to which institution they are tied up with and their email details, etc. So to invite a reviewer, you can just click the invite option. I'm just going to choose the first reviewer to invite. I'm just going to choose this reviewer as an alternate reviewer. And I'm just used to as proposed reviewer. I'm just going to hit the proceed button. So here you will be able to see the reviewer summary of the invitation, which is going to be sent from the system. And from here, you will be able to control the due date here. Say, for instance, you want to extend the due date for a particular reviewer, you can just change the values here. And you will also be able to see the customized link. By just clicking the customized link, you will be able to customize the letter which will be sent to the reviewers. So I'm just going to proceed with the reviewer invitations. I'm going to click confirm selection and proceed. So I've invited these reviewers here. Now we will get back to the reviewer selection summary to understand what are the other options available, which is available for inviting reviewers. So if you could see the reviewer selection summary, you'll be able to see the reviewer whom we have invited. Also, you will be able to see the reviewer whom we have set as alternate reviewer. From here, you will be able to send reminders, or you will also have the option to uninvite reviewers from here. So this is the most commonly used option. The next option is suggested by author. So some journals will request authors to suggest a reviewer for their manuscripts. So if you just click the suggested by author tab, you will be able to access the reviewer details who has been suggested by the author. If you want to proceed with the author suggestion, you can just click select suggested reviewer by author link. If you want to ignore the author suggestion, you can just leave it and go to the next option. The The next option available for the editors is personal classifications. If your journal has configured for classifications, then you will be able to see this option. By default, you will be able to see the classifications which was chosen by the author being listed here. And additionally, you will have different classification options here. Just in case you want to invite reviewers based on the classifications which you prefer, you can just select them here. Just a minute. You can just select the reviewer details here. Sorry, classification terms here. And click add. Once added, you can just click the search for reviewers button so that you will be able to search reviewers based on classifications. So again, you can just invite a reviewer or set a reviewer as an alternate reviewer, etc. here. Just going to invite a reviewer using this option, and I'm going to click proceed so that the invitation is being selected. Okay. We will get back to the reviewer selection summary to see what are the other options available. So the next option which is available is suggest reviewers. So suggest reviewers is if editors want to have their own preference for selecting reviewers, then they can hit the suggest reviewer option. So you will be able to select reviewers based on your preferences. By hitting this tab, you will be able to go to the set preferences section, and you can just select reviewers based on your preferences. I'm just going to hit the my suggest reviewer preferences. So if you could see, there are different options available under the my suggested reviewer preferences. Say for example, by default, there are some values like people from same institution, people from same city, etc. Say for example, you want to filter out people from the same city or institution, you can just do it from here. You do not want to have reviewers from the same institution, or you do not want to have reviewers who are unavailable for particular days, you can just set here. Say for example, you do not want to have reviewers who are unavailable for the next 30 days, you can just change the values here. And again, other values like you do not want a reviewer who has a lot of pending reviews, you can just mention the number here. For example, I do not want to have reviewers who have more than 3 pending reviews. I'm going to select the value 3 here. And so you can just change the values as per your preferences and click submit so that you will be able to select reviewers based on your preferences. Once you have set the preferences and hit the search button, you will be able to see the reviewer list based on your preferences. The next option available is classification matches. This is very much similar to the personal classifications, but in the classification matches section, you will be able to see the exact number of reviewers who are available, which are selected by the authors. Remember, during the submission process, author would have chosen few classifications, right? You will be able to select reviewers based on the classifications which was selected by the author here. And these are the 5 options which are available to select reviewers from the journal database. So there is another option where we select reviewers from the Scopus database, that is find reviewers using Scopus. For this option, I will be playing a video which will clearly explain you on how to invite reviewers using the Scopus tool.
Find reviewers is a search tool that...
Kim, can you confirm if the volume is being heard?
Yes, it's loud enough. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for the confirmation.
uses Scopus data to find and suggest potential reviewers across Scopus. The tool provides extensive information about each candidate and offers integrated conflict of interest checks, helping you to avoid issues that may impact peer review. It is accessed from the Reviewer Selection Summary screen by clicking Find Reviewers using Scopus. Find Reviewers opens in a new window. You will need to allow pop-ups within your browser for this window to open. Depending on the configuration of your journal, there will be multiple search options available within Find Reviewers. System Recommendations displays up to 100 reviewer recommendations automatically generated for each submission. These reviewers are ranked based on their publication data from Scopus and reviewer history across Elsevier journals. It can take up to 24 hours from the time of submission for these reviewer recommendations to be generated, so if they do not appear the first time you check, please try again later. Clicking on a reviewer name displays more information about them, such as their H-index, link to their Scopus profile, and other useful information regarding their author and reviewer experience. There is an option to filter recommendations based on the H-index, expertise, connections, and review history. Once a suitable reviewer is found, click on Add to Manuscript at the top of the screen. Several reviewers may be added in this way, and you can then click Return to Submission to return to Editorial Manager and invite these reviewers or list them as alternate or proposed reviewers. To respect the time and workload of our reviewers, there are some limits applied to the number of reviewers you can select from Find Reviewers, and the system will alert you when you approach this. The Keyword Search tab allows you to perform a keyword search in Scopus. You can add a keyword by typing directly in the keyword search field and clicking Add. The manuscript keywords will be pre-populated in the Suggested Manuscript Keywords entered by the author section. Click directly on the term to add it as a search term. If your journal uses classifications, then these will be listed in the Manuscript Classifications selected by the author section. These can be added to the search in the same way. All terms added will appear in the Keywords section in the middle of the screen. You can amend the Published Since year from the drop-down, as well as changing the search default from All to Any to broaden the search. Once ready, click Search. Potential reviewers will be displayed in order of their matching works. The Author Search tab allows you to perform a direct author search in Scopus. You may search on the author's last name, first name, affiliation, or email address, and must enter a value for at least one field to perform a search. Search results will be displayed in the same way as we have previously seen. Referenced authors is a feature that makes use of the references of the manuscript. Any authors of a paper referenced in the manuscript successfully identified in Scopus will be made available here for potential invitation. This tab will only appear if the manuscript file uploaded by the author is in Microsoft Word format. The next tab is Interested Reviewers. This section displays the details of any reviewers who have expressed interest in reviewing for your journal via Elsevier's Reviewer Hub. Please ensure you evaluate the expertise of any interested reviewers to ensure they are a good match for the subject of the manuscript. Via Journal Reviewers, you may browse active reviewers from your journal database in Editorial Manager. This list shows top available reviewers with a connected Scopus profile. The final tab is Editorial Board Members. This section shows the editorial board members for your journal and is currently restricted to editors who have connected their Scopus profile. Any reviewers you've added whilst using Find Reviewers or previously invited from Editorial Manager will be displayed in the Selected Candidates tab. You may rearrange the order the candidates will display in Editorial Manager by dragging and dropping. Clicking on the Expand arrow to the right of each candidate will display more details about them. The Manuscript Details tab displays information relating to the submission, such as the title, manuscript number, keywords, classifications, authors, and abstract. System recommendations and keyword search have their own criteria for recommending candidates. However, for the remaining tabs, you may adjust the results criteria via Session Preferences. Here you will see the keywords used to identify matching works and may amend these in order to get the best match for this manuscript. New keywords can be added by entering them directly in the box. Keywords can be removed by clicking on the X next to the term. The search parameters can be refined by changing to All. Once all updates are made, click Apply Changes. The list of candidates in the appropriate tabs will then be reordered accordingly. The Conflict of Interest tab within Session Preferences displays all candidates included in the automated checks. Candidates can be included or excluded from the checks by using the toggle button and clicking Apply Changes. Within each search tab, you will see labels added to candidates that could indicate a potential conflict of interest. For example, a red Same Institution label will be displayed next to any candidate based at the same institution as any of the authors of this manuscript. You may add a candidate to the conflict of interest checks by clicking Add to Conflict of Interest. For further information on this, please see our video, Conflict of Interest Checks in Find Reviewers, the link to which will be shared in the chat now. Once you have selected suitable reviewers via the Add to Manuscript option, you may return to Editorial Manager by clicking Return to Submission to invite them or list them as an alternate or proposed reviewer. Now back to our host to continue today's webinar.
I hope you would have found the Find Reviewer tool video helpful. I'm now getting back to the reviewer selection summary. Okay. So these are the different options which are available for the editors to invite reviewers for their manuscript. We just now saw the different types, like the first 5 options was based on the reviewers who were registered to the journal, and the final one was inviting reviewers using the Scopus database. Now we will see how we can just manage the alternate reviewers, proposed reviewers. I'll just let you know about those features. So once done, you will be able to see the reviewer status column section where you will be able to see the reviewers whom you have invited. And also you can invite n number of alternate reviewers based on your preferences. And the alternate reviewer, you can just link an alternate reviewer to an invited reviewer. Say for example, if you would like to link an alternate reviewer as for Robert reviewer, if Robert reviewer is going to decline your review invitation, then the alternate reviewer will be automatically being sent a review invitation. I'll just show you how you can link an alternate reviewer to an invited reviewer. So if you can just see the chain icon here. So if you just click the chain icon, you will be able to see the reviewers to whom you would like to link the alternate reviewer. Another thing is, if you want to directly promote an alternate reviewer, you can just click this arrow button so that the alternate reviewer will be sent a review invitation to proceed with the review process. I'll now going to link the alternate reviewer to an invited reviewer. And now I'm just going to select Robert reviewer as an alternate reviewer for Richard reviewer. And I'm just going to click the link reviewer button. So in this scenario, where if just in case Robert reviewer is going to decline our review invitation, then the system will automatically send a review invitation to the Richard reviewer who is being set as an alternate reviewer. So proposed reviewers. Proposed reviewer will be useful so that you can just in case if you're going to pass your submission to another editor, or you want to have a reference of this reviewer whom you wish to invite in the future, then those kind of reviewers, you can just include them as proposed reviewers. And at any point of time, you can just use the proposed reviewer by just clicking the invite button. You can just click the select proposed reviewers button so that the reviewer whom you have proposed will be sent a review invitation. So just now we saw the different types of review option and how you can set an alternate reviewer, how you can propose reviewers, how you can directly send reminders from the reviewer status column. Now we will get back to the main menu to understand how you can submit a decision for a manuscript. So we have now reached the editor main menu. So once you have received the required number of review reports to proceed with the decision, then you can just go to the submission with required reviews complete folder. So here you will be able to see the papers for which the reviewer reports has been submitted so that you can evaluate the review report and proceed with the decision process. If you could see in the reviewer status column, you can have a quick view of the recommendations which is provided by the reviewers. By just clicking this link, you can also see a pop-up text of what the reviewer has been recommended and their comments. You can directly access from here. And also by clicking the view reviews and comments link, you can just see the complete comments which is being provided by the reviewers, their recommendation, everything can be viewed here. Now, as the reviewers have submitted their recommendation, we are going to hit the submit editor's decision and comments for this paper. Okay. Now the decision summary page is being listed for you. So from here, you can just see the reviewers whom you invited, and their recommendation is also being listed here. By just clicking this link, you will be able to see the complete summary of the review report from here. And in the attachment section, if you just click this, I'll just show you. Okay. In the attachment section, you will be able to see the review reports which is being attached by the reviewers. If you want to include this review report to your decision letter so that the author can access this, then you can just need to select the allow author access option so that the author will be able to see the reviewer report which is being submitted by the reviewer. Okay. So we just now saw how we can access the attachments which was provided by the reviewers and how we can access enable the allow authors option so that authors can view the reviewer PDF or any reports which is being attached by the reviewers. Then from the decision drop down menu, you will be able to select the decision which you would like to provide for the manuscript. And also you will have the option to provide an overall manuscript rating after you have read the review reports. So I am just going to provide the rating here. And after reading the different review reports submitted by the reviewers, I'm just going to select the decision for this manuscript. I've chosen the decision here. And from here, I'll be able to see the confidential comments to the editor. So these comments was given by the reviewers, which should be accessed only by the editor. So this comments will not be shared to the authors. So confidential comments to the editor, you can just read this and then you can just proceed further. These comments will not be shared to the author. This is just for the editor's reference. In the comments to author section, you can just provide your own comments to the author. So I'm just going to enter my comments here. I'm just going to hit the enter the comments which I want to share with the author here so that the author can see them in the decision letter. And from here, you will be able to see the reviewers' comments being listed in the text box. If you want to include these reviewer comments to your decision letter, just leave the checkbox being blue tick as such. If you do not want these comments to be shared to the author, then you just need to uncheck the checkbox so that these reviewers' comments to the author will not be shared to the authors. I'm just going to include these reviewer comments to author in the decision letter. So I'm just going to check them. And also you can just edit these text. If you prefer to edit the reviewer comments, if you want to enhance the language or you want to have provide a clear comments, then you can just edit this text box and then you can just click the checkbox so that the edited comments, reviewer comments will be shared. And in the production notes, just in case you are going to accept and you are going to select an accept decision where you want to proceed with the publication process, then you prefer to give some production notes to the production team, you can just enter the notes here. So again, here you will be able to see the reviewer questions and the responses being listed here. You can just review them. And most journals will have editor phrases configured. So here, if you want to include some phrases to your decision letter, you can just choose the phrases which you want to be included to the decision. If you want to have your own phrase being included to this list, you can contact your journal manager who can include your own preferred phrase here so that it will be displayed in the list here to be selected in the decision letter. And again, you can just respond to the editor review questions. So you can just read and provide your response. So once you have read the reviewer comments, chosen your decision, provided the manuscript rating, and then you have seen the complete summary and you want to proceed with your decision, you can just click the proceed button. Just in case you want to submit your decision later, then you can choose the save and submit later option. So I'm just going to click the proceed button because I want to proceed with the decision for this manuscript. So once you hit the proceed button, you will be able to see the summary report of the decision, which will be shared to the author. So you can see the confidential comments to the editor will be listed here. So you can just read them. And the comments to author, everything will be listed here. The individual reviewer comments, you can just read this summary before you proceed with the decision process. Just in case after reading this summary, you want to make some changes, you can just click the edit decision button. If you want to proceed further with the decision, then you can just click the proceed button. Here you will be able to see the decision letter being populated. Please note that some journals will allow authors to notify the decision to the author. Some journals will allow editors to notify the author. In most journals, the handling editor will not have the notify author option. In those cases, you will just have the submit decision button so that when you hit the submit decision button, the main editor will have the option to view the summary and notify the decision to the author. Here in this scenario, we have the submit editor decision without we have the option to submit the decision to the author. So here you can just see the decision letter being populated. You can just read the letter which is going to be sent to the author. And if you want to make any changes here, you can just do this here. So again, from here, you will be able to see the attachment here. And if you want the author to access the reviewer attachment, you can just click the option here so that the author can access the review report submitted. So once done, you can just click the send now button so that the author will be able to see the decision. I'll repeat again, if you are an handling editor and if the journal doesn't allow the handling editor to notify the author, then you will just see the submit decision button so that your decision will be submitted and the main editor will be notifying the author. So now I'm just going to click the send now button so that the decision is being notified to the author. And the next step, there will be a notification just to check if you would like to inform your decision to the reviewers who review the paper. So I want to keep the reviewers posted about the decision. So I'm just going to hit the send all letters button so that the reviewers are being notified about the decision which we have taken. So you can see the notification that the author has been notified and the reviewer has also been notified about our decision. Now, this is how you will be submitting a decision for your manuscript. Now I'll return to the main menu. So if you come below, you will be able to see the submissions with decisions folder where you will be able to access the paper where you have submitted your decision. Now in the next part, we will just see what are the useful reports available for the editors to perform their editorial task. For this, you just need to go to the editor-in-chief main menu and below you will be able to see the reports link. I'm just going to hit the reports link. Editors have a lot of useful reports, which is much useful to them. Based on the journal configuration and the privileges provided to you, you will be able to access these reports. So the first one I would like to update you is about the assignment status report, which is available under the editor reports section. I'm just going to click the assignment status report. So from here, you can just choose the editor name for whom you would like to see the status report. You can just choose your own name here. And just in case you want to, you are a main editor, you want to see the status report of all the editors, then you can just choose the all editors option. So for now, we will see how to see a report for a specific editor. So I'm just going to select my name here. And I would like to select the article type for which I would like to see the status report. You just need to check the article type for which you would like to see the report. If you want to see the report for all the article types, you can just select all so that all the article types are selected. And same applies here. If you want to have a specific section category report, you can just choose them. Else, you can just choose the select all option and click submit. So you will now be able to see the status report of the submissions which is being handled by you. From here, you will have the option to view the submission, see the details link, and see the history of the paper. And again, the summary like additional required reviews which has been completed. Each column will give you a complete picture of the assignment status. And another useful option which is available here is you can send bulk reminders from here. So you can see the send reminders column. So if you just choose this, you will be able to choose a particular reviewer for whom you would particular author to whom you would like to send a reminder. If you want to send reminder to all the authors, you can just choose the check all option so that you can send bulk reminders. Just going to clear all. So once you have checked the reviewers and click send reminders, so that the authors whom you have chosen will see a reminder from your end. So the other useful reports which is available is under the summary and annual reports section. If you want to see the reviewer's performance report, you can just click the reviewer performance report so that you can understand how the reviewers are performing for the manuscript which you are handling. So again, from here, you can just choose a particular period of time for which you would like to see the report. Like if you want to see the reviewer report for last month, you can just select it here. Or you want to see the reviewer report of last quarter, last year, whichever period which you would like to choose, you can just choose the options from the drop-down menu here. I'm just going to select last month here. And just in case you want to have a customized date, you can just choose the enter customized date range, and you can just select the date range for which you would like to see the report. So you can just customize the dates here. And also you can see the report here. And again, you can just filter things like for which reviewer. Some journals will have multiple reviewer roles like editorial board reviewer. So to which reviewer role you want to see the report, you can just choose here. Else you can just choose the select all option. And again, for the article type for which you would like to see the reviewer report can also be chosen from here. So once you have selected the things and click submit, you will be able to see the reviewer performance report. So the report will be available, and then you can just understand how the reviewers are performing for the invited papers. The same applies for editor performance report. You can see an editor's performance using the editor performance report link. Like again, you will be able to choose a particular period like last month, last year, or current month, current year. Everything is customized. Also, you can just customize the dates for which you would like to view the report. But one thing to take note is in the editor performance report, you will have the option only to choose one particular editor at a time to see the report. You cannot view the report of the entire editor list. You just need to select a particular editor for whom you would like to evaluate their editor performance report. Again, you can apply the same filters. Like if you want to filter out the particular article types, section category, you can just choose from here. Else you can just choose the select all option and click submit. So if you just click the submit button after choosing these details, you'll be able to see the summary report here. So this is about the editor performance report. The next important report which will be helpful for the editors is journal accountability report. If you want to understand the journal's performance, the journal's health, then you can just click the journal accountability report. So you will see different criteria. Like if you want to see the submission revision statistics, you can choose from here. Like if you want to see the report of journal's overall turnaround time, you can just choose here. And the decision summary report, everything can be seen from here. So you can just choose a particular topic and you can just again customize the dates here, like current month or last year. The dates which you prefer to see the report can be chosen. You can just select things, select the article types and click submit so that you'll be able to see the journal's performance report. So these are the different types of reports and functionalities available for the editor. There is another report which is useful for handling special issues. For this, I'm just going back to the slides. So the next important report which is available is the automated special issue reminder report. If your journal has a lot of special issues being configured, then this report will be much helpful to you. This automated special issue reminder report can be configured for every special issue to include special issue deadlines, which will allow guest editors to have a more informative and quick view of their workload. If guest editors are working on multiple special issues within the journal, it's also possible to combine the manuscript statuses of different special issues into the same report. Please contact your journal manager to discuss on implementing this automated special issue reminder if you feel it is important for your journal. That concludes our webinar for today. Thank you for your participation. If you haven't completed the poll, please take a moment to do so before you leave. Following this session, you will receive an email with links to helpful resources, including the recent webinar recording and short video guides, full EM training videos, and our self-help editor guide. Please keep an eye out for that email. Thank you for joining us. We look forward to see you next time.